Andrew Schulz thinks we forgot about his previous treachery. Like, this man's been doing damage control ever since. But the real ones know. Oh, we know that this man literally switched jerseys at halftime and came out the tunnel and was just like, hey guys, so what's the game plan?
What else happened this week, Taylor? What else happened this week?
Your boy.
Who's my boy?
Wants to be Jesus.
Yo, you gotta stop, bro. Trump gotta stop.
Trump wants to.
He did. So he put this one out, and then he has
crazy.
another one out.
I saw the new one he put out.
Yeah.
No, this is the funny shit. Hold on.
He said, I'm a doctor.
But no, did you hear the story behind this? Pam Bondi came out and said the picture was doctored.
Yo, but
so they must have told Trump that the picture was doctored.
He's retarded. He's definitely retarded. They're like, the picture was doctored. But you know the crazy thing about this picture? Try to find the original image and then the one he posted, because they got a satanic imagery above him. So that middle figure right there, look at the top figures that are shadowed. Mm-hmm. The middle figure, they kind of warped to make look like, it kind of looks like this guy Ball or whatever like that. I don't know if you've seen that imagery. It's just a regular soldier in the original image. The one he posted got this satanic imagery.
Wow.
We are only 14 months into the Trump administration, and Andrew's already referring to Trump as retarded. Also, I love how Taylor referred to Trump as Andrew's boy. She was like, that's your boy. And Andrew was very defensive. He was like, that's not my boy. And I was just like, wait, that is your boy. That's your forever boy.
Flashback. This group influenced the presidential election of 2024.
Yo, listen.
Ain't that fucking crazy?
Don't even say influence. We decided.
We were the turning point.
Just know he was not up until this pod.
It's true.
After the pod, he surges, 3 or 4%?
Yeah, it was a rap, dude.
Mm-hmm. Never went back down after that.
Really patriotic.
I'm feeling patriotic today, man.
You look real patriotic.
I'm feeling like America's about to enter its next golden age, and I'm feeling very excited about it, and everybody should be. Sounds like your squad.
He says he wants to lower taxes. Do your thing, bro.
Thank you.
Okay.
Right?
He said he wants to fix the economy, even though inflation is already down.
Yes, right?
Hey, do your thing.
MAGA.
Okay?
And before I continue, here's a disclaimer. I don't fault Andrew for switching sides. You know what I mean? As a matter of fact, I commend those who are switching sides, changing their narrative, changing their political perspective during these historical times. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and most importantly, everybody's entitled to change their own opinion. But there's a certain degree of cowardice and arrogance with Andrew Schulz, who has yet to publicly denounce his previous wrongdoings. I don't want an apology from him. But most importantly, this is the same guy who ridicules and mocks those who want him to apologize. Like, he thinks he did absolutely nothing wrong. Like, listen to this clip.
Consistent in the fact that I reserve the right to change my motherfucking mind. And I reserve...
You're not allowed to do that.
Yes, you are.
Well,
I reserve the right to make mistakes. I reserve the right to get it wrong. I reserve the right to correct myself if I fuck up.
Dude, you're not allowed to do that. You got to apologize to me first.
Well, I might have to.
You have to apologize to me.
I may have to.
That will be what changes the world.
I may have to, though. But no, I'm serious. I may have to.
Hey,
that's what.
if you apologize to me, did you know if you apologize to me personally, that then Donald Trump will just step down?
No, but I'm not. Listen, I'm not above that either, though. I've done that. I've gotten
step down.
I've gotten it wrong with people.
A personal apology.
Listen, I've gotten
down, dude.
That shit is crazy. I really don't like that guy.
I don't fault people for changing sides, but Andrew's different. I think he could use a verbal whiplash. As a matter of fact, I've been calling this for a while. I think an elephant graveyard video on him would do him justice, but that's just me. You know what I mean? But anyways, in this video, we're going to talk about Andrew Schulz. He recently had a Brilliant Idiots podcast clip where he actually talked about politics for once, because he's gone MIA on politics for the past 2 months. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I truly appreciate it. You know, I just noticed yesterday, I was just like, wait a second. I haven't done a video on Andrew Schulz in like 2 months. You know what I mean? Like, I double checked, and the last time I made a video on him was on Valentine's Day. And that video was weird because all I did was pretty much just wrote him a letter. I wrote him a letter on Valentine's Day. I was feeling lonely. And I said, hey, man, I hope you get an eternal paper cut. Screw you. And it actually did pretty well, that video. So
this was
what I think is interesting about this is he took this picture down, right? Immediately when the Christians were upset, he took that shit down. And he didn't take the Obama video down that it made them monkeys.
I mean, the reality is racism is light compared to blasphemy of Jesus Christ.
Well, I think the reality is what's my base care about? Yep. And I think the reality is like, I don't care if black people are upset about this shit, but I care if Christians are upset about this shit.
Of course. His base, I mean, listen, yeah, you're catering to a racist base, of course.
I don't think it makes the base racist. I think it makes the base Christian.
But no, I'm not talking about with the Obama with the monkeys. You have to be catering to the racists in your base to post that and leave it up.
Or catering to, catering to them there, or not concerned if you piss off black people.
Of course not. No.
Yeah.
Oh, sweet Jesus. I actually agree with Andrew. In my opinion, Trump only deleted the picture, not even to appease his base. I think he did it just to shut his base up. I think it's gotten to that point where he literally doesn't give a fuck about his base. He primarily just wants them to shut up and admire him. And also, I thought Trump wasn't racist. You know what I mean? Like, I was told that many of times heading into the 2024 Trump campaign, but yet this man dropped like the most heinous racist remark that anybody can ever do. And not only that, he doubled down on it because he never took accountability for it and he never even deleted the picture. But anyways, when I said earlier that Andrew Schulz is doing damage control, dude, for example, here's Flagrant. You know what I mean? It looks like Flagrant is doing a complete rebrand. I double checked and the last time he directly spoke about politics was on January 18th regarding the tragic ICE shootings in Minneapolis, which is like 3 months ago. And then a month later, he did an Epstein episode with Sagar and Jetty from Breaking Points on February 18th. But even then, he was more hyper-focused on Epstein, and he pretty much let Sagar do all the talking in the episode. Then you go to Brilliant Idiots, and it's pretty much the same thing. Like, they're pivoting away from talking about politics. They still have, like, their 5-minute segments, you know, him and Charlamagne the God and the producer Chris. But other than that, they are now hyper-focusing on talking about cultural subjects instead. And I actually checked in on Flagrant the other day. I was listening to the podcast. I think they had no guests. They haven't had many guests as well. And like they're talking about like random stuff, like how dudes with hairy asses have like a higher probability of moving up in a corporate ladder or something like that. I just made it up. I don't know. But like it's just like random stuff like that. But this is Andrew's plan, in my opinion. I could be wrong. I could be dead wrong. But Andrew, who's been talking about politics in every single Flagrant episode since the Trump admin, I guess you can say dishing out critiques of the Trump admin here and there. He's also been cooking for Trump, so I'm not going to give him full credit for that. But since the ICE shootings in January 18th, he's barely talked about politics. And I feel like he's doing this for damage control because, to his credit, it's actually working because not that many people are talking about Andrew Schulz now. If you look at the main prominent commentary channels, not this one, like Too Lazy to Try or Podcast Cringe or even other big ones, they're not talking about Andrew Schulz as much because, well, Andrew Schulz is not giving them ammunition. So yeah, that's my theory on Andrew Schulz. I feel like probably somebody told him, maybe it was Joe Rogan, who's just like, hey man, just stop with the politics. Maybe Rogan told Andrew to stop with the politic talks because he's going too in on Trump. We all saw the big toe in the White House yesterday. You never know. You never know.
Anyway, what I'm saying is, for me, the issue is the type of imagery that's being used. This type of iconography, like that's what you saw from Mao. That's what you saw from Stalin. That's what you see in North Korea.
Yeah.
It's the imagery that's the issue, more so than the Jesus to me. As our president is this omnipotent, all-powerful figure.
Savior.
You can't do that, man. That's a dictatorship. That's
well,
what
don't worry, they're not
do.
falling for it. They're fucking pissed.
What happened to the separation between church and state?
Now we're talking.
Yeah.
Like, what happened?
No, there's a part of me that thinks we might need like the Pope to just step in because Pope Leo's been cooking.
Yo, him shitting on the Pope was crazy.
Yeah, too. But Pope Leo pressing him too. Pope Leo's a Chicago gangster.
I completely agree here. That was the producer, Chris, talking. Trump thinking that he's infallible, or any other president for that matter, completely undermines his country's principles. This should outrage everybody. This should outrage the free speech warriors, actually, because it's trending in the limitation of freedom of speech now in this country. So, like, they should be outraged. I don't know where the hell they are right now. Like, I think they're still stuck in 2020 or 2022. But, like, this should be outright. We already see examples of it, of freedom of speech being limited or hushed or even muzzled at times in certain subjects. It's crazy.
Like, what happened?
No, there's a part of me that thinks we might need like the Pope to just step in because Pope Leo's been cooking.
Yo,
I said earlier, we're 14 months in and he's already calling Trump retarded. Dude, we're 14 months in and he's already asking for the Pope to intervene. Anyways, here's something I want to toss out to you guys. I do wonder, genuinely wonder how Andrew Schulz feels about Joe Rogan being in the Oval Office yesterday. Considering Andrew Schulz has been highly critical as of late for the Trump admin. Not just Andrew Schulz, but any other Rogosphere comic who's been, very critical of the Trump admin. Like, again, Dave Smith, he's been critical. Even Shane Gillis has been tossing you little subtle jokes here and there. Pretty much everybody, to a certain degree. Theo Vaughn, regarding the Israel subject. So I that's one thing that I'm just like, I wonder if there's like a group chat with the big toe excluded, and they're just talking, just like, hey man, I don't know. Like, this right now is going to show a lot. Like, it's going to show just how far these guys will go, just how far they will sell out with their morals and values and principles that they claim to have. If you have those principles in place, then you will back out of the Rogosphere yourself and trot on your own career without the help of Daddy Rogan. That's one thing that that's honestly one thing that I'm looking forward to seeing. Like, I do wonder which one of these dudes are going to back out. I feel like Stav, perhaps, may have already backed out. Stavros Halkias. I wouldn't be surprised if Dan Soder as well. Joe List. I know there has to be dudes within the Rogosphere who are just like, dude, I've seen enough. I'm done with this guy. I can't. I literally can't anymore.
I'm always delicate with religion, but like, you've maybe seen people like morph and change what the meaning of the book is to their own preferences.
Well,
and I'm sure the Catholic Church has done that throughout history as well. I'm not saying every single person is perfect, but like,
Yes.
I mean, what's the first thing that this motherfucker did when they're trying to get us to believe in this war that makes no sense? It's like Hegseth is talking some shit about like
God wanted him to do.
God wanted us to do this. Like, man, you really got no reason for us to be over there if you going to God immediately.
Did you know that Hegseth is so religious that he used a Pulp Fiction quote as a Bible verse in his press conference? Bro really read Tarantino 3:16 and was just like, oh, I cooked. I was like, what are we talking about, bro? Anyways, I'm done. Andrew Schulz, we'll never forget. Never, you know what I mean? But yeah, y'all don't know what y'all think, especially regarding the Rogosphere question that I had. Because I genuinely do wonder. There has to be some talks behind Joe Rogan's back regarding about what he's doing right now. There has to be talks. Stav hasn't been on the Joe Rogan podcast in over a year or 2 years now. Dan Soder, you know what I mean? But we'll see. We'll see. I feel like this right now is going to separate the mice from the men, or wherever the hell that thing goes. But yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. I truly appreciate it. Till next video. Peace, y'all.